Sometimes the best artwork comes from simply showing up to your art table and letting your intuition guide you through the art making process. So today I'm flipping through my sketchbook and I'm pulling inspiration from some sketches and seeing if we can come up with something new. I definitely don't have a plan when going into this art making session. We're just gonna have some fun, we're gonna make something cute, and we're definitely not gonna judge the outcome. This is a no judgment zone. We are not gonna judge our art making process today. My name is Ren, I'm an artist. If that's something that interests you, definitely stick around. All right, so we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna make some art. I have my sketchbook. Let's go through some of my old sketches and see if we can get any ideas. I have a lot of art supplies out around me today because I don't have a plan. We're just going to go with the flow, have some fun, and make something beautiful that we're proud of and that we can hang on our wall. All right, let's just start. What I like to do when I'm making a small artwork, this is a frame that I picked up, and what I'm gonna do is open this up. I'll show you why in a minute. I'm basically gonna use the mat that the frame came with, and I'm gonna use it to sort of frame out or think about the composition. Basically, we're gonna frame out our composition, going through the sketchbook, going through our old sketchbook, and seeing if there's any work that we want to revisit from previous sketches. I like to do this with small artwork in particular because I love small artwork that looks kind of cool, maybe a little quirky. So what I like to do is take the mat and use it sort of like a viewfinder and go around some old sketches and see what I like. So that looks kind of cool. This looks good as well. I'm not sure about that one though. This looks kind of cute. This is good. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think this could actually work. What I love about this composition, I love the colors. I love how the colors work together with the neutral stripes playing off of the different shades of orange and brown inside of the vase here. Creates a nice composition of work. I like this blue with this peekaboo with this peak of blue here. That plays well together. I like how the pink and the orange play well together. The pink and the purple also. There's a lot of things that I like about this composition. So I think this is definitely a good contender. Let's keep going through. See if there's anything else we want to explore. I really like this. So what I'm doing here is sort of moving the mat around and seeing what my eye sees and how I like the composition. So with this, I don't particularly like this vase centered. I kind of like it off to the side, and I'm thinking about the rule of thirds in my mind, which is basically when you create a grid and separate your composition into different sections. And this works because if we're thinking about an imaginary grid in our mind while looking at this, we can see that the vase and the florals here, it sort of intersects in this part of the composition, leaving some space here and some room to breathe. So this kind of looks more natural to my eye. And I love this composition of colors as well. I love this mustardy color. I've been in love with this color recently. And this is a strong contender also. This could be cute. This could work. So let's keep flipping through and see if there's anything else we can find. This is good. This is simple. Nice bold color in the background with the black and white, giving some high contrast. This is a good composition as well. I don't know if this is what I want to go for today. Let's keep going. So here, I'm going to actually turn it horizontal, and this is kind of cute also. I like the juxtaposition of the stripes with the florals. And what I love also about smaller paintings is I like when the composition sometimes falls off of the pages. It's kind of like you're invited in as the viewer. When you're looking at the piece, you're invited in between, like into a scene that was already alive, into a scene that was already there. It's not perfectly composed. Like, for instance, this flower is cut from the bottom. So you kind of feel like this was something that was there and you're invited right into the mix as it is. And I like this. This could be a contender as well. This might work. I love the bold color at the top. This is cute, quirky. I like that. I like this portrait as well. I like the high contrast of the black and white. Well, the background of this paper is actually cream, but I love simple portraits like this. I think they're cute. I think they're quirky. I think they have a lot of personality. I'm not sure if a portrait is what I want to go with today when we're recreating some art. I just want to bring you through my thought process and how I like to think about composition, how I like to revisit my work and give it some new, fresh perspective when I'm looking to create something new from something old. So let's move our mat, our viewfinder around and see if there's anything we like. Again, I like how this composition utilizes the rule of thirds with the vase being concentrated here and the florals kind of falling off to the side. I like the bold background. I like that there's some room to breathe in this composition. I like that we're invited into this scene where we actually don't know where this vase ends. We don't know where's the bottom of the vase. We don't know what's going on beyond this view. We're just invited into a scene that was already there before we arrived. And I like this composition a lot. I just don't know when I recreate this if I would include another branch here or if I would leave just these three. But I like this. This is super cool also. I have the same thought with these cherries. The same thought about being invited into a scene that was already present. I like that this cherry in particular is cut off at the bottom. We don't know what's happening outside of our view, our perspective that we have here. This one is going off to the top. And we have movement going on at different points of the composition. I think this is cute. I love the color. I love the pink and yellow with a touch of black to sort of ground it. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. Let me know what you guys think. I really love to hear your thoughts on, how you feel about making art, composition, and of these choices, what looks good to you. So with this mushroom piece here. What I love is the red and the black. It's very simple. This is a very simple composition. 3 colors, red, black, and blue. But red and black have such a bold contrast with one another. They're both very bold color choices, and I like how the black can actually complement the black of the frame. So that's kind of cute also. I love that. Here's something a bit more simple. Another very simple composition with minimal color use. 3 colors, blue, green, and orange. Very simple. Very light. And like I said, sometimes with smaller pieces, I love when they're simple, when they're quirky, when they just add a bit of personality to where you're hanging it. Maybe you have a gallery wall that you want to add a small piece to. Or sometimes I love small pieces of art on their own. I don't know if I want to go with a portrait today, but I like this composition because I love the thought process of a messy background, a very messy background with a more tight, precise composition. I think that can actually be kind of cute as well, and I think that's where we're going to stop. And I really like this one. I think we may go with this. Maybe. Let's try it out. All right. Let's get started. So I have some watercolor paper that I cut down to size. This originally was an 8 by 10 and I cut it down into 2 pieces. So let's recreate some artwork. So today let's use some markers. I have my Tombow and my King Art markers close. I have a lot of different art supplies around, but we can keep it simple today. So what I want to do is, since we're going to mount this paper onto this matting, what I'm going to do here is sort of frame out very lightly with pencil. Because we actually want to know how much room. This is kind of crooked. It doesn't matter. Does it matter? Does it matter? Because we can even cut this down. We can cut this part off. Doesn't have to be perfect, so we're just going to flow with it. So this is what we're working with right now. This is a space we're working with. And that's important when we want to plan how big or how small we want our components of our composition to be. So this is going to be maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe a little bit smaller than the original. Let's just see what we come up with. want to make sure that I leave enough room at the top for where the flowers are going to be. And this is definitely not going to be perfect. I cut this piece down into 2 papers. I don't know, maybe I want to use this for something different. So let's put this off to the side. I wanted to swatch some colors. We can, yeah. I'm starting off with pencil just for the planning phase, just to plan out my composition. You can definitely start off with marker if you want to go straight in, because it doesn't, like I said, it definitely does not have to be a perfect drawing. We're going for cute, we're going for quirky, pretty, beautiful, perfect. No. But pencil is definitely good if you want to start off with a light sketch, just in the planning phase, just to know if you don't have a plan yet and you're sort of going with the flow, going with your intuition. Starting off with pencil and a light sketch is a great way just for you to know where you're placing different items in your composition. So in the original, we have a floral here. We have one here. We have some leaves here. And we have one sort of flowing in the background. All right, so let's get to it. This is my King Art brush pen in dark green. And this is not supposed to be realistic. We're going with our imagination. We're definitely not trying to make something that's lifelike or realistic. So in the original, I put a little bit of green throughout different parts of the vase, just to bring some of this green color up. This is Tombow in 026. I'm looking for this peachy color. I believe it was this King Art in peach. Let's swatch it. And these markers are water soluble, so when you blend them together, some of this, like for instance, some of the green color will bleed into the other areas. If that's something that bothers you, then you may not want to use these markers, but that does not bother me at all. I love a bit of imperfection in my work. Let's find this orange color. We have King Art in orange yellow. Let's swatch it out. Sometimes when I'm making art, I tend to move very fast. I kind of move like a mad woman. And sometimes that's kind of accidental on purpose, because when I move faster, it gives me less of an opportunity to second guess myself. Because I find that going with your first instinct, it's always the best thing to do. You know, it's always good to ask questions, to explore and to discover new things when you're making art. But I find as artists, sometimes we second guess ourselves a lot. And I think that might be natural. That might be a natural part of the process. Because as an artist, your work is so, it's so personal, so important to you. So here I'm just sort of adding and blending different colors, just in a way that's pleasing to my eye. And these markers are double-sided. They have a brush tip side and they have a bullet nib side. So if you want to refine, any areas with the bullet nib, oh, I forgot to add the light blue up top. Look at that. So what we're gonna do, let's just add some blue here. Is it gonna show up if we add it in now? I don't know. I don't think this is the exact blue. No, this is not the exact blue that I used before. Maybe we can just sneak some blue into some of these lighter areas, just to bring a little bit of variety. Right? That could be cute. So now let's draw in some of these leaves. What I did here, I used more of a lime, more of a yellow green. So let's swatch this out. This is definitely not the same green as that, but we may just use it anyway. Let's see. This looks like it. And we can erase some of these heavier lines. Let's use this kneadable eraser because what I love about it, it doesn't leave all of the eraser, all the eraser shavings, I guess you could say. It erases very clean. And at this point, when you're recreating, you can definitely feel free to switch up your composition. You can add more, you can take away. You have the artistic license. You are the artist. This is your work, so let's start drawing in some flowers now. Is it the same pink? I don't think so. Maybe we need something a bit lighter. That seems like it. All right, so to create the background, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna block out some areas with washi tape, and we're gonna use some marker. I believe I created this with my Posca marker, these stripes with my beige Posca. I actually don't know where that marker is right now. It might be in my travel case. I recently made a video about traveling how to travel with your art supplies. I'm gonna link that for you. You should definitely check it out. So these stripes are not gonna be perfect. But I do like to have the stripes in because it's a part of the composition that I actually enjoy. So I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing it basically. Whether or not this is going to turn out straight, who knows? So here's the finished piece. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.